Okay, and we are live. Hello, welcome back. I don't know why you're here, and God knows I don't know why I'm here, beyond the fact that a long time ago two people had a very irresponsible night, and I'm paying for it for the rest of my life, as we all know. So, you know what time it is. Considering the fact that I have at least 4 videos, well, maybe 5, featuring regular Kusa, and 3 of those show that she is OP as all hell. Oh, no wait, yeah, for 3 different assault experiments, where a all Kusa team wiped the floor with Orochi up to level 10, through level 10, and with Sogenbi and all of the Evo zones. You know, as soon as SP Kusa came out, I was going to be going to town with this. And in keeping with the usual, even SP Kusa, OP also AF. Of course, we have 2 builds for Amanozako here. I actually think I mispronounced her again. And Uminocho, our little sea genies, who underwent some revamping. I figured I could at least give them a second wind, especially if I'm going to do our little girl here, who has become even more of a badass. Let's be real. So, let's not waste any further ado, shall we? Now, I know there's some people who's going to say you could take this even further. Yes, honey, you can. But this works for me, so you know. But it gives a nice little standpoint about at least where I go. I can do this. As you can see, Kusa Regrown here is grade 6. Perfection. And fully skilled up. I love that I always kind of headcanoned her that she would be kind of cool as an archer, and that's literally the way she goes. That's actually amazing that I actually guessed something right for a change in my life. Now, again, full skill, and this is perfection. We love this. I'm actually working on Zashiki right now for her SP to do the build on that. It's just taking a little effort. You know how it do. It would take a little while to get enough skilled Aruma and everything. So, for her sake, though, since her healing ability actually does focus a sizable chunk of her attack, as we see here, just like with regular Kusa, this is a healer you want to build attack for. Yes, you want her to stay alive, so a little HP is good, a little defense, good. But build that fucking attack like your life depends on it, because it may well. Oh god, that sounded horrible. I've done better. I know I've done better. But so, of course, I've actually decided to go and try out Kyokotsu with this, if only because not only will she be doing her healing, getting her attacks in, I figured it would also be kind of fun to see her use its effect with additional damage for each orb available. I just like experimenting with that to see just what it can do and how well it works on different Shiki. It works nicely on her. So of course you see here we've got these beautiful attack and crit damage booster. Yes, please, a little crit damage, just a little sprinkles. And of course we got that one. Now, could I have put like a full crit soul or crit damage soul here? Yes, but why would you? I mean, her main draw is attack. So just little sprinkles of it, but focus there. And of course, because I do like my combat healers to stay alive, rather than put an extra attack boosters on here, or even an additional for crit damage or anything else, I went with Pearl for additional defense, because I like trying to keep my Shiki's defense a little bit higher, as well as their HP, just not by a lot unless you need to, but little. But if you do this, you can totally do with something else in place of Pearl. I just had these and figured I should make use of them. And besides, defense is never a bad thing. If anything, though, she is doing a beautiful job of kicking butt, and I think before we get to the end of this, I want to do a little side comparison of this SP Kusa stats as alongside of the Kusa R, my Kusa flower. We'll see. Maybe. Now, we're going to hit the line here with the SSRs, since I do have some of these kind of close, and we'll, with our lovely bird of fear here. Now, the first one here for Amanozako, I knew I mispronounced it. Amanozako. I am sorry. My apologies. This is actually one I kind of revamped. Initially, I think I had her with a completely different soul set. I don't think I had Bell Haunt on her. I'd actually have to go back and look at the video to see, because I did do a previous video with her, and I kind of got some feedback from some other people and thought, excuse me, sorry about that. We all know Labbies like attention, and this one is no exception, as we've heard from many videos where he has immediately come up and started barking at me for attention. Or almost taken out my desk. And the power cords one time. Scared the hell out of me with that. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, Amanozako. So I think I had her with a different build. I just don't remember what exactly, but I decided to redo it, which you'll see I do tend to do remixes. Like, I'll get an idea for something else, and rather than wait to build an entirely new Shiki and go through that process, I'll just revamp the old one. So as you can see, she is, of course, she's a grade 6, and she is fully skilled up, and yes, every time there's one of these that's in the middle that's a little iffy on that always confuses me. Now, she is an effect hit Shiki, so I did want to go with that, and get out there, stop it. So I did want to bolster her effect hit quite a lot. I mean, her attack is, let's face it, she's not going to be an attack-oriented Shiki. She has her purposes. So a focus was more put towards HP, her speed, to try and keep her moving as quick as possible. I mean, first turns, let's go. Effect hit, of course, out the wazoo as much as possible. A little effect resistance, because we don't like our Shiki getting knocked stupid, as we know. But I mainly wanted to put her to effect of being able to use her abilities. And of course, Bell Haunt, let's face it, it's kind of interesting. I like experimenting with it, and I wanted to work with her a little bit. Now, I have to admit, silence is, like, insanely useful, let's be honest. And, oh, I forgot about that. And of course, she can inflict confuse, so yeah, totally. And since so obviously, Bell Haunt. Now, you could also use, like, in shoujo or any other thing. I actually did use a different effect hit booster for the sole purpose of giving her some double duty, but her main thing is keeping control. Of course, we have Tomb Guard here because it boosts her crit, but also I had this beautiful Speed Soul laying around and figured why not. Now, where was I? Yeah. So, of course, effect hit, like I say. I built almost 100% effect hit here. I'm actually curious if I could push it that far, but I don't know what all else I'd have to sacrifice. But overall, I mean, this has worked out pretty nicely. She's, like, hitting almost every single time, and let's face it, this skin actually is very beautiful, so that's also a prop in her direction. Now, we have our other one over here, who's in her Evo form. I'm going to be honest, I actually like both of her forms, and that's kind of rare because there are some Shiki I think look better one way and some the other. Now, she's here to do, like I say, some double duty with an extra effect hit booster. In her case, she's also going to be bringing orbs to the party. Not only is she here to inflict her silencing, she is here to bring orbs to us all. So she's, of course, like before, speed. If you've got Shiki with controlling effects, go for speed. put that on there. Like I say, first turn can make or break you at times. Now, she's nowhere near as much effect hit as her predecessor, mostly because this one is giving her some extra attack. I wanted to at least make this one a little more capable of slapping somebody. But of course she has Seductress on here because I had this Speed Soul. And I had this Attack Soul, like I say. Now, could those be switched out? Totally. Especially this one, but I wanted her to bring orbs, I wanted her to be able to slap a bitch. And I wanted her to be able to use her effects, so, you know. She's basically going to be playing our role of a little bit of, like, first turn battery, but then after that she's, like, out the window with that, and gotta focus on everything else. But, I mean, nothing wrong with that. I really do love the design of this Evo form. It's very pretty, especially the wings. Now, of course, we move on to our lovely little sea genies here. Now, I did have a different soul set on her, I think I remember. Hello. I just don't actually fully recall. But this one over here, this Uminocho over here, in this lovely soul set, she is in fact set up with a sea sprite. Now, part of this was a joke, part of this was because I had these defense boosting and 8 ones laying around, and I figured I'd give it a shot and see what happened. Now, overall, does she probably need more of an HP? Will I probably switch these 3 defense boosters out for HP boosters down the road? Yes. But for now, I mean, it does what I need it to do, and of course we have Sea Sprite's little ability where it can create a shield on first turn, which that can also be a make or break situation at times, as I've mentioned before. Now, as said she does have an effect. You're going to want a little bit of effect hit on there, if only because that is very helpful. Like, you're trying to keep some control over here. Now, this is why you want more HP, is for her ability to do her healing thing. But like I said, I was experimenting with defense on this one, so these 3 here will probably, 1 or more will probably get switched out for HP boosters sometime down the road. No lie. It works for what I want it to keep her on the field longer and being able to do her thing, but at the same time, there's a chance I might probably gonna switch those out. You can go either way, to be honest. But, you know, I'm just me. At the very least, I almost look at more longevity above performance, but at the same time, you gotta find a nice balance. That one just skews a little too much towards defense and keeping her around long game. Now, our other Uminocho down here, she is actually very different from her predecessor in that she is fresh. She is an unevolved grade 4 in this mix here today of grade 5s and evolved grade 6s. So as you can see, like I say, she's fresh. She is put more towards the HP booster rather than the defense. And for fun, I actually went with Mirror Lady on here because, let's face it, Mirror Lady is evil fun. If you don't know, if your opponent or you don't know you've got it on there, when they do that big, huge attack first turn to try and get control of the field, you're going to have so much damage reflect back on them. It's going to probably wipe out their first monster. Believe me, I know. I can't count how many times I've used my Blazing Tama for first turn, hit a Shiki with Mirror Lady, and bye-bye Tama. Like, right out the window. So yes, Mirror Lady is one of those souls that can really dick you if it's honestly, I have to just laugh myself through it because it is hilarious. So I wanted to experiment with that on her for the sole purpose of, because you have a healer, she's got effects and everything else, your enemy is going to take that out. Why not have it make them hurt them, as I've said before. Now, for further HP boosting, aside from just what Mirror Lady does naturally and everything, I've also got Tree Spirit on here for an extra 15%, so For grade 4, this isn't bad. She can do a little bit of a flick on the forehead, but mostly she's got buttloads of HP here. And I can only imagine what this is going to look like when she evolves and gets graded up to 5 and even 6 down the road. This is probably going to look a little crazy, but in the good way. Now, of course, effect hit because of this beautiful little tree spirit down here. Now, I just realized my voice probably sounds like it's shot, and I'm sorry. I've actually been, I think I might be coming down with something because of the crazy weather where I live. Sorry. But anyway, she's not as high in the speed. I mean, that's not as important with her, but still, a little bit never hurts. So, what are we going to do? Well, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. I've been rambling for quite a bit now, but let's get to the final part, which is going to be the combat zones, which our girls are going to go up against a level 40 Hahakagami zone and a level 40 Kappa zone, and just watch the fireworks display. This might take a second, though, because I think Kusa is the only one who can actually do a lot of damage, but hey, it'll be a nice little mix of things. But if you don't want to see that, I mean, hey, feel free, head out the door, just do the Holy Trifecta of YouTube on the way, and if you want to stick around, well, let's go. And Seme, you're not needed, baby. And there's the game freezing. There we go. And there's Sea Sprite's ability. And there's the Shadow Dreads. There we go. We have Silence hitting. And there's the heals. I think that was mostly Kusa's work there. Wait, who do I have that freezes? Oh wait, I think that's that's my Sea Genies. I honestly forgot about that. Okay, that's actually hilarious. See, like I say, we have Sea Sprite keeping everybody alive. That sound effect with Amanozako, that is crazy, but awesome. And the game is frozen. There we go. There's our little baby. The game will catch up, I promise. It's just a little iffy right now. And Kusa just wiping the field. She really is handing out ass whoopings like, oh, second helping some mashed potatoes. Okay, so we're gonna hit the Kappa zone and just watch basically Kusa just carry this party. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I am back here. We're all back with SP Kusa, Amanozako. I think I got that right this time. And Uminocho. And I'm pretty sure Kusa is about to carry this whole team yet again, especially with that luminescent hit. So let's go. Yep, there we go. Game's caught back up now. There's the silence. There's the fear. And there's the heals. Now, I actually had somebody ask me why I specifically go with Hahakagami and Kappa. Well, to start out with, was because those were the ones I had actually gone through the most, so they were already at level 40, so it made for good challenging. But later it became because Kappa's actually kind of on the stronger side, and Hahakagami can be pretty fast, but, you know, if you want to see me take them to a different zone, if I've got it already at level 40, sure, I'll be happy to start doing that too. But these two are just like my favorite. It's like no shade against Kappa or anything. Oh, look at all that. Beautiful silencing. I'm sorry, I just love that when Kusa does that. Alright, so on that note, I'd say we're done here. I'm gonna head out, and if you want to do the Holy Trifecta on the way out the door for yourself, then please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that, and I'll catch you next time, alright? See ya!